Today, we are going to talk about something that is so ubiquitous that we take it for granted. The refrigerator. Yes, that box in your kitchen that keeps your food and drinks cold, and also houses those questionable leftovers from last week. But do you know who invented the refrigerator? No, don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, the history of refrigeration is filled with twists and turns that would make any soap opera blush. First off, let's get something straight. Ice boxes and refrigerators are not the same thing. Ice boxes were wooden cabinets that held blocks of ice to keep food cold. But they were a pain in the butt to maintain. You had to buy the ice, store it, and pray it didn't melt too quickly. Enter stage left. The true inventor of the refrigerator, John Gorrie. He was a doctor living in Florida in the 1800s. And he was tired of seeing his patients suffer from diseases that came from the heat. He believed that cooling the air would help reduce the spread of these diseases. So, he invented a machine that blew air over ice to cool it down. Now, that might not sound like a big deal, but it was a game changer. You see, Gorrie's invention laid the groundwork for the modern refrigeration industry. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on it. He was mocked by his peers and died in poverty. But his work didn't go unnoticed. Fast forward a few years, and the stage is now set for the real hero of our story, Carl von Linde. He was a German engineer, and he was the first person to figure out how to make artificial refrigeration. In 1876, he invented the first practical refrigeration system, using ammonia as a refrigerant. I know what you're thinking. Wow, ammonia sounds like a terrible idea. And you're right, it was. But Linde didn't know that at the time. He thought it was safe, and he used it to create the world's first commercial refrigeration system. And that brings us to the impact of the refrigerator on the world. It's hard to overstate just how much of an impact it has had. Before refrigeration, people had to rely on salt, smoking, and canning to preserve their food. But with the refrigerator, food could be stored for longer periods, which allowed for better nutrition and reduced waste. The invention of the refrigerator also allowed for the mass production and distribution of food, which led to the development of the modern grocery store. Now, you can walk into a grocery store and have access to a wide range of foods from all over the world. But, as with all good things, there's a downside. The refrigerator has contributed to the rise of the fast food industry, which has its own set of health and environmental problems. It's a classic case of too much of a good thing. So, there you have it, folks. The history of the refrigerator, from John Gorrie to Carl von Linde, and everything in between. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you appreciate just how cool literally this invention is.